What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So I finally am able to do my post-fight review on the Bivol versus Beterbiev fight, and it was a good fight. Definitely a good fight. Nothing to complain about at all. I can see why both. I can see why both like people. Some people thought Bivol won. Some people thought it should have been a draw. I'm not gonna lie to you. If just based off how I score, I would slightly give it to Bivol, but I'm not upset about it. Going Beterbiev's way. But I'll tell you why. But first of all, let me tell you the thing I did appreciate, about Bivol, and once again, everybody knows Bivol is my favorite fighter at 175. But the thing I really appreciated about Bivol is him. He was being very mobile, you know what I'm saying? He was moving from side to side or whatnot. And what that does is when you I've stated this in, numerous videos before, when you're fighting a power puncher like Artur Beterbiev, right? You don't want to sit still with a power puncher like him, because what that does is you allow him to be able to get leverage for his shots or whatnot. When you're fighting a power puncher, you want to constantly move around. You don't want to be a sitting target. You want to constantly move around. And what that does is that makes the power puncher have to constantly reset himself. That's why in the beginning of the fight, you saw Artur Beterbiev just throw one punch or one shot. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to trying to get himself set, trying to cut that distance in half or whatnot, and trying to be wanted to establish his reach or whatever as well. But he constantly had to reset himself because of the movement that was made from Dmitry Bivol. Now, another thing Bivol was doing also that was very nice is he would catch Artur Beterbiev not mainly out of position, because Artur Beterbiev has a very firm stance, and I really like his stance or whatnot. But he would catch him not out of position, but like he would catch him when he was resetting. Whenever Artur Beterbiev would like, how boxers reset when they're trying to say, for example, they're like the aggressor is trying to cut the ring off, and he'll hop back, he'll jump back and do that little hop or whatever. That's when he would when Beterbiev would do that. That's called resetting. When Beterbiev would reset, Bivol would throw a combination or whatnot as he was resetting, and I thought that was really, really good. I really appreciated that. Now, and then another thing that Bivol was doing was also catching Beterbiev in between punches or in between shots or whatnot. And I just feel like Bivol boxed a very, very good fight. A very good fight. As far as Artur Beterbiev goes, he was the aggressor. He would get off when Bivol was like almost trying to pretty much regain himself. I mean, it's obvious you can't just move around for 12 rounds straight consistently. I don't really see anybody having the legs to do that. And when Bivol would try to like almost regain himself, when Bivol would allow Artur Beterbiev to get off first, Artur Beterbiev would let his combinations go or whatnot, and then obviously Bivol would tuck up and stay in the pocket. A lot of those combinations or a lot of those punches were missing. They were missing or whatever. Not necessarily missing. I shouldn't have said missing, but they were punching like on the shoulder, on the arms or whatnot. Not necessarily not scoring blows, but they he was still getting off or whatnot. Artur Beterbiev was, and he seemed to have caught. He seemed to catch Bivol's attention like in the third round. Once he threw like a lazy jab. Bivol threw, I don't necessarily want to say a lazy jab, but it's almost like Artur Beterbiev timed him over his jab and caught the attention of Bivol, and it just really made Bivol have to reset or whatnot, and that gave Beterbiev a little momentum. And it looked like towards the second half of the fight, Bivol was getting a little tired, but it seemed like he got a second wind in there. And I just thought Bivol was doing real good with just touching and moving, touch, pop, 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 and then move or whatnot. And it's not like the most devastating to see. It's not like it's overwhelming. But it's boxing, it's hitting and not get hit, and that's what he was really doing. Nobody really pulled away from this fight for let me say that too. Nobody really pulled away from this fight. Nobody it was a very close fight or whatnot. So that's why I say there's no way that you can really call this a robbery, but I did, like I said, give the edge to Bivol or whatnot. But anyways, now here's why I see, like, boxing is an opinionated sport, all right, and that's why it's a lot of times, when you have an opinionated sport, obviously, nothing is really in concrete. It's about what the judges prefer to see, right? And though Bivol was throwing, don't get it twisted, Bivol was landing at times, and a few times even landed clean. But like, though Bivol was coming forward, like, I'm gonna give you an example, right? And I'm not saying that I agree with this, but I'm just giving you an example of how some judges may score a fight, right? Let's just say, for example, if I'm coming forward, right, and I throw about 15 shots, right? Now all 15 of those shots either hit your shoulder, your forearms. None of these are scoring blows. Your gloves, your shoulder, your forearms, your elbows, they're hitting those, right? But you're on the ropes, right? Or you're on the back foot, and I'm coming forward, right? And you throw in between those 15 punches, you throw one punch and in between my shots, and you land flush on me, right? But even before and after you land that punch, I'm still throwing the rest of my combinations that's not landing on you, but it's hitting your like I said, your shoulders, forearms, and it's moving you, right? What do you think the judges are gonna score, right? Some judges look at that and it's like, okay, even though he's not landing, he's still throwing and dictating. Basically, it looks like you have more ring generalship than the person who is actually blocking the punches or whatnot, and may have landed that one punch to the 0 punches that you landed flush, but it looks like you're the one that's controlling the fight. And that's sometimes how judges score the fight. And I believe that's what gave Artur Beterbiev the edge in this fight, in my opinion. Just based off of that, and then Bivol didn't close the show like I would really want him to or whatnot, and so that's why ultimately I feel like Beterbiev got the decision or whatnot. Now, like I said, I slightly gave the fight to Bivol, but it is what I would have been okay with a draw too. But I really wanted Bivol to win this fight, but it's all good, bro. Bivol has nothing to hold his head down about. I'm very, very, like, I hope Bivol, man, I'm praying for his mental health first and foremost, because he is going through a lot with his wife and stuff like that, or ex-wife, and how she's been, it's just the stupidest thing ever, bro. Talking about how the kids are rooting for Artur Beterbiev. It's just a stupid, bitter person. A bitter woman will ruin a lot of things, but will never take accountability in their actions. So I pray, and I mean, I'm seriously, man, I hope you guys do the same. I pray that Bivol can get past that, and have a great relationship with his kids, at least. And as far as what happens next, I would definitely like to see a rematch. I feel like that fight was in the arm's reach of Bivol. I mean, I should have been in Bivol's arms, but at least I feel like it was in arm's reach of Bivol. I feel like Bivol can beat Beterbiev for sure, and I would love a rematch. Obviously, you got David Benavidez right there. You heard Canelo saying if Bivol was to win, he would want a rematch with Bivol. I just don't see how Canelo would be able to beat Bivol with that. With Bivol's style is just all wrong for Canelo. I don't ever think Canelo would beat Bivol. And I'm not. It's no hating. I know the Canelo fan. Oh, this is a Canelo hate. No. Why is it always hating if somebody's opinion goes against yours? Like, no, it's not hating. I don't think that Bivol's style is gonna match well for Canelo or whatnot. So I would definitely like to see a rematch, or should whoever wins the rematch fights the winner of David Benavidez versus David Morrell, should they fight. Looks like they are. But you know, I just, you know, or you know, maybe Bivol. Well, I don't see a purpose of him having a rematch with Canelo at this point, because it's just like, bro, like, you know, he really gains. You know, it's nothing there for Canelo to get at 175 if that's the case. But you know, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Who did you see winning this fight? What do you want to see next? But what do I know?